Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you here. Today in this video, we're going to learn English with a special technique called shadowing. Now, you might be wondering, what is shadowing? Let me explain. Shadowing is when you listen to someone speaking in English and try to repeat what they say exactly how they say it. It helps you improve your pronunciation, intonation, and even your listening skills. It's like being a shadow, following every move. Here's how you can use this video to practice. First, listen to me as I read a story. All the words will appear on the screen so you can follow along. Then, try repeating after me, copying my tone and rhythm. It's okay if you don't get it perfect the first time. Practice makes progress. Before we begin, I want to tell you why I chose this story. It's something I heard recently, and I thought it would be perfect to share with you because it's both interesting and useful. All right, let's get into today's story. It's called The Rainy Train Ride That Changed Everything. Let's begin. My name is Alina. I'm 31 years old, and I come from Finland. 3 months ago, I was traveling through India, alone, with no plan, just curiosity. One morning, I boarded a train from Jaipur to Delhi. It was cloudy, and the air smelled like rain. My backpack was heavy, my body was tired, and honestly, my heart was heavier than both. I had just gone through a breakup. A long relationship. 7 years. Gone. I thought traveling would distract me. But that morning, nothing felt exciting. The train started moving. Outside the window, the sky opened. Rain poured down. I put in my headphones, closed my eyes, and leaned against the window. One more city, I thought. Just get through today. Then someone tapped my arm. A girl, maybe 10 years old, wearing a yellow dress with tiny pink flowers. "Hi," she said shyly. "Can I sit here?" I nodded. She sat down and smiled like sunshine. "Where are you from?" she asked. "Finland," I replied. "Do you know where that is?" She shook her head. "But it sounds cold," she giggled. I laughed, the first real laugh in days. She took out a notebook. "I'm writing a story," she said proudly. "It's about a girl who rides trains and talks to strangers." "That sounds amazing," I said. "What's her name?" She thought for a moment. "Maybe Alina?" I looked at her, surprised. "That's my name," I whispered. "Then it's perfect," she said with a grin. For the next hour we talked. She told me about her school, her favorite color, her dream to be a writer. I listened, really listened, and for a while I forgot about my pain. The rain stopped, the sky turned gold, and when the train arrived in Delhi, she stood up. "Thank you for sitting with me," she said. "You made my story better." I smiled, feeling something shift inside me. "No," I replied, "you made my story better." She ran to her mother, waved goodbye, and disappeared into the crowd. I stood on the platform, feeling something I hadn't felt in weeks, hope. That little girl didn't know anything about my past, but she reminded me of something powerful. That Every chapter ends, but a new one is always waiting, just like a train at the next station. That day, I learned something unforgettable. Healing doesn't always come in big moments. Sometimes, it comes in small conversations with strangers who remind us we're still alive. When life feels heavy and the road feels long, don't close your heart. Stay open. Even on the worst days, something or someone might appear just in time to remind you your story isn't over. Not even close. Here are some natural English phrases and words from today's story. English phrases.
1. Just get through today.
Meaning, survive the day without expecting much. Example, Alina told herself, just get through today.
2.
Sounds cold. Meaning, guessing something based on how it sounds. Example, the girl said, Finland? That sounds cold. 3. That's perfect. Meaning, that fits well. Example, when she named her character Alina, she said, that's perfect. 4. You made my story better. Meaning, you improved my experience. Example, Alina said, you made my story better. 5. Your story isn't over. Meaning, you still have more life and experiences ahead. Example, the lesson reminded us, your story isn't over. Vocabulary.
1.
Breakup. Meaning, the end of a romantic relationship. Example, Alina was heartbroken after a recent breakup.
2. Distract.
Meaning, to take your attention away from something painful. Example, Alina hoped travel would distract her from her pain. 3.
Platform.
Meaning, the place where passengers wait for or leave a train. Example, Alina stood on the platform after arriving in Delhi.
4. Chapter.
Meaning, a part of a story or life. Example, every chapter ends, but a new one is waiting. 5. Healing. Meaning, the process of becoming healthy or emotionally better. Example, Alina found unexpected healing on that rainy train ride. Practice time. Repeat after me.
Just get through today. Just get through today.
That sounds cold. That sounds cold. That's perfect. That's perfect. You made my story better. You made my story better. Your story isn't over. Your story isn't over. Break up. Break up. Platform. Platform. Healing. Healing. Chapter. Chapter. You're doing an amazing job. Keep going. Thank you so much for listening today. If you're ever feeling lost, tired, or heartbroken, remember Alina. She was on a train, in the middle of a rainy day, thinking nothing would change. And then, a little girl in a yellow dress reminded her that even strangers can rewrite our story. Keep your heart open. Keep listening. And trust the journey, even when you don't know where it's going. If you love this story, share it with someone who needs hope. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that teach, move, and inspire. This is Learn English Naturally, and I'll see you in the next story. Until then, keep speaking, keep believing, and never stop learning.